Each of the most tough trails in the world has its own set of problems. Some people like climbing up steep hills and along rocky ridges because they are hard. On some paths, it will be hard to tell what the weather will be like, which will test your skills. All of these walks have something in common: a sense of adventure. When you have solved some problems along the way, the reward at the end of the trail is that much sweeter. Here are 10 of the most difficult hiking trails in the world, listed in no particular order. Before you try these, make sure you have enough knowledge and are fit enough to do them. Number 10. Ethiopia's Simien Mountains. Hike through the Simien Mountains National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its unique animals, tall cliffs, and beautiful views of the nearby area. Most people who come to this park don't come to see the animals that live there. Instead, they come to see the beautiful views. There are 2 ways to go exploring: in a 4-wheel drive car or on foot. The town of Debark in the west and the village of McCain Burhan in the east are connected by a dirt road that goes through the park. The park is about halfway along the route. It goes through the stunningly beautiful Bouahid Pass, 13,780 feet or 4,200 meters, and past many of the traditional Amharic villages in the area. On days where there are few or no clouds, you can see up to 60 miles or 100 kilometers across the canyon-filled plains. Most people visit the park by going on a multi-day hike that includes spending at least one night on one of the park's higher hills. But for safety reasons, hikers must always be with a park guard. Number 9. The GR20 in the French area of Corsica. By walking across the rough terrain of Corsica, you can finish one of the hardest long-distance tracks in Europe. You'll get to see beautiful views of mountains, forests, and blue lakes along the way. Number 8. The Overland Track. Travel through the unspoiled wilderness of Tasmania. Along the way, you'll see rainforests, alpine plateaus, and glacial lakes, among other things. Number 7. The Appalachian Trail in the United States. The 3,500-kilometer or 2,200-mile trail that runs along the eastern coast of the U.S. from Georgia to Maine can be hiked in sections or as a whole. Along the entire length of the Appalachian Trail, there are a lot of interesting places that are worth seeing. Most people start hiking on the Appalachian Trail at Springer Mountain, which is in the beautiful state of Georgia. The end of the Appalachian Trail is at Mount Katahdin in Maine, which is 2,189 miles north of where the trail began. How many interesting things you get to see along the Appalachian Trail will depend on how much time you have. If you don't have time to stop and take in the beautiful views along the way, you can use the information about the sites along the Appalachian Trail to figure out where you want to go. Number 6. The Log of Vega Trail in Iceland. Iceland's strange scenery can be seen by hiking through places with volcanoes, geysers, and beautiful waterfalls. Number 5. Kalalau Trail, Hawaii, United States. Explore the wild Napali coast on the Hawaiian island of Kauai by hiking down steep cliffs, through thick rainforests, and to beautiful deserted beaches. To get to the start of the trail, drive north on Highway 56 until the road ends and park in the lot. The start is next to a big sign that says Kalalau Trail and is on the left side of the road near the end of the road and just before you get to the beach. It can take between 3 and 5 days to hike the whole trail and enjoy Kalalau Beach and Valley. The vast majority of people who come here are day hikers who never make it all the way to Kalalau. The popular day hike from Ka'i Beach to Hanakapa'i Beach is what most walkers do. Along the trail, this walk is about 2 miles long, so the whole thing is about 4 miles. Number 4. The Hout Route. On a trip from Chamonix in France to Zermatt in Switzerland, you can see the beauty of the Alps. Along the way, you'll see beautiful mountain scenery and small charming mountain towns. Number 3. Annapurna Circuit, Nepal. Travel across the impressive Annapurna mountain range, through high peaks and charming towns, and take in breathtaking views of the Himalayas. The Annapurna Circuit is a trek that can take anywhere from 12 to 21 days and starts in towns in the foothills of the Himalayas. Taking walkers over the Thorong La Pass, which is 5,416 meters high, and then down into the Mustang Valley, where Tibetan culture is very strong. This trip might be the best way to start if you want to see a little bit of everything Nepal has to offer, but it's not an easy thing to do. The journey can be difficult at times, and the high altitude and changing weather of the Annapurna mountain range can make crossing the Thorong La Pass dangerous if you're not prepared. Trekking is a popular way for people to see the mountains and get some exercise in Nepal. But since this is also a culture route, it's important to treat the people you meet in the towns you pass through with respect. You should learn as much as you can about the different countries you will see on your trip. Number 2. Torres del Paine Circuit, Chile. Traveling through the wild landscapes of Patagonia, with its beautiful granite peaks, glaciers, and clear lakes, is a great way to start a trip that will stay with you for a long time. The Torres del Paine Circuit is a trail in Patagonia's Torres del Paine National Park. It goes in a loop around the beautiful Corrilla del Paine Mountains and is 126 kilometers long. The walk includes the famous W Circuit, which is about 67 kilometers long and goes along the backside of a beautiful mountain range before coming together to make a loop. The whole route is about 80 miles or 130 kilometers long, and you should need 7 days to finish it. If you want to take your time, you could make the walk last 9 days. The O track is about 110 kilometers long, but that depends on whether or not you go on any side trips. Number 1. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Conquer the highest point in Africa, which is 5,895 meters or 19,341 feet high, and travel through many different environments on the way. Most people's minds will always have a picture of the funnel-shaped peak of Mount Kilimanjaro in their heads. After all, it's a sight that's almost impossible to forget once you've seen it. Even so, a lot of people think the name Mount Kilimanjaro only refers to the top of the mountain, and not also to the national park that surrounds it. This park covers an area of 291 square miles and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is also home to a number of sites that visitors to Tanzania shouldn't miss. A lot of people go all the way to Tanzania to reach the top of the mountain and see a view that they can only see once in their lives. This is, of course, the most beautiful thing the national park has to offer. Since hiking alone is not allowed in the woods, you will definitely need to hire a guide. There are different ways to get there, and each one has a different view, length of time, and level of challenge. Most people walk along the Marangu route and the Machami route. The walk will take between 4 to 7 days. And that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.